What's wrong with this thing?
Aaron, stop hitting it.
It's screwed up.
Dude, you're gonna screw
What?
it.
It's...
Aaron, oh, way to go. Hi everybody, I'm AJ,
I'm Aaron.
and we're from Modern Intel.
Yup. What are we doing today?
Well, we're gonna do the review of the 9.1.
Bom, bom. We're just doing the overall review. This is the CQB T9.1. It's also good to note that there's also the Elite and the Ranger. We're not going specifically on the Ranger, we're just reviewing just the T9.1 in general.
Yeah.
So to start off,
We talk about the three differences between the, obviously the CQB, the Ranger, and the Elite.
Yeah.
CQB is what you see here. It's come with a mock silencer, hollow point.
it's got the open dot sight, yep.
Yeah. And then five setting forwards.
Yep.
Grip there.
Yeah, this is the second model of all of them. There's also the Ranger, which is the first one. It comes with a shroud. It elongates a little bit more. It actually looks like it's pretty much the one that we did for the T9 review. That was the Ranger. So it has a shroud, and then it just has a bird cage tip, and then it's got closed dot sight, little tube one, same riser, and it had a fixed grip there. And then the Elite.
The Elite had pretty much both in one. So it had the shroud, the mock silencer, had a normal sight on it, didn't it?
Oh, it had a scope.
Yeah.
And then it also had a tactical, I think it was a 5-point as well. And then you have bipod. Pretty much everything that you can ever think of, it has on it.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it for that. So to get into quality.
Really, Tiberius has lived up to their name. Really, it's good quality gun there. Everything's snug. You won't have a hard time losing anything or anything.
It's very nice, yeah. The gun comes together and goes apart very nicely.
Yep.
Just like the original T9, it's built with great quality. The aluminum on it's amazing. Even the paint on it, it's just like the 8.1 actually. It's got this dust, like flat black to it, so it looks more professional that way, I think.
Yeah.
And it stays cleaner because you don't see all the fingerprints and junk all over it.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. Overall, most of it is pretty much the same from the 9. That's why it's called the 9.1. It's a steady upgrade.
Yeah. There's only a few differences. Really, two main differences is it's first strike compatible right out of the box.
And it works with both paintballs and first strike.
Yes. So any paintball marker that can use first strike can also use paintballs. Always.
Yes.
It's just normal paintball guns can't use first strike.
Correct.
Okay. And it has the ability to have air in stock. Yeah, just touch base on this. It's a normal, what is it, like 10,
Yeah,
11
10 positions.
Yeah, 10 to 11, right? And which I think is pretty crazy for a folding or a collapsible stock.
Pros and cons about this.
Yeah.
The huge pro about this, the tank and stock, when you're screwing it in and out, the way it like engages itself, it's seamless. You don't even feel it. You're just screwing it in, and then and then it's on.
Yeah.
And then you go to unscrew it. There's no resistance, and then you just hear it purge a little bit. There's a little purge hole right on the side there. And it just purges what's ever left in there, and that's it. There's no resistance at all. Your tank doesn't unscrew itself and start getting rough.
Another pro is that say in the middle of the game or so, on the side here, it's kind of got an on and off screw. To open it up to actually have the air aired up, or have the marker aired up, you unscrew it so that it'll let the air flow. And say you're going out for lunch, you close it off. Shoot out the air, so then it won't misfire because it's not aired up or anything. Then after lunch, you can just unscrew it and it's aired up again. It's actually quite ingenious.
So this is kind of on the same topic. This is a con with me, is that when you're running the tank and stock, there's the nipple in here that actually engages the CO2 mags right there. You need to swap that out when you're running the tank stock. The reason why is because usually the air would go up through the mag. In this case, the tank's actually feeding air through the back. So if you have this on with the regular mag nipple on, it actually sprays out right at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you have no choice to run. You need to run the solid nipple, and it comes with the parts kit, but you need to swap it out yourself.
Yeah, you need to actually take it apart and obviously take that one nipple out and put in the solid one.
Yeah. Now this isn't a huge deal because most of the time you'll be either running tank only, like pretty much all the time, or CO2 mags only. So it's not a big deal, but if you want to swap back and forth during a game, it's not really an option. You need to pretty much stay at one, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like if you want to run pistol while having the tank stock, I guess you take that off and run remote or something, right?
Yeah, say you start off the game with CO2 or something like that, right? And you say run out of the little 12-gram CO2s, then you're going to have to obviously take this marker apart and swap out the nipple before you can use the tank and stock.
Yeah. The mags are beautiful, just like the 8.1. Magnetic, the slide goes down, no problem, locks very easily.
Yep.
Again, no different than the 8. It's the same mag. Paintballs and first strike. Okay, guys?
A con, I think, because this marker started off originally as a mag fed, I find it a bit of a con that you can go to hopper. It has the ability to go hopper. I think that really you're one type of person using this. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use a hopper on it.
I've seen a couple, but if you're going to run hopper, you might as well just use something else.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I don't know. Because then you can't use first strike, and that's what pretty much these markers are made for, right?
Yeah. Oh, on that topic, that actually reminds me. This locks the barrel as well. When the mag's in the gun, just like the 8.1, it locks the barrel in place. So you can't change to first strike immediately or to hopper. You can't go from hopper to mag.
Yeah.
Actively, you actually have to eject the mag, switch, and put it back in.
Right.
Which I think is personally good because you can't lose your barrel. There's actually a couple times with the old 9 that I would actually get up and then I run, then I realized the barrel's gone. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no! So,
yeah. So then really, it's kind of more work in the field if you want to switch from hopper to mag, because you actually have to take out the mag and you might end up losing 1 or 2 if you forget and actually put a mag in there first, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good safety feature, and then it's also a bit of a hindrance if you want to swap between the two.
Now, one last thing about the 9 in comparison to this is one of the cons we had, mostly AJ had, was that these only hold 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Now, that's slightly gone because it's now running first strike.
Right.
So a first strike, like if you think of a real sniper rifle, what do they have? 5 rounds? So 8's actually pretty good. But on the topic of using paintballs, you can talk about it.
Because it's a rifle, right, just using normal paintballs and a normal 9, it was only 8 rounds. So in a rifle, that's kind of really, really low. It technically was still a pistol, it just had a stock on it, right? But now that it's first strike compatible, it kind of eliminates that. So now it's kind of more along the lines of a sniper rifle, which means 8 rounds is actually pretty good.
So it's an issue, but it's not a big issue again.
No.
Everything on this is pretty much just small issues.
Yep. So final verdict, I would say, I would think a solid point off for having to actually buy the air and stock separately, like it not coming with it. Like 0.2 points off for having to switch the nipples. Like, I don't know, I think this being one of the main upgrades of the 9.1, it should come with a nipple that doesn't leak straight from factory, pretty much.
Yeah, it should, maybe like it can go up, but it can't go back. Maybe like a closing flap or something like that. So it can't purge, but it can go through. Yeah, it's pretty steady. It's accurate, right?
Yep. So I give it, I guess that'd be an 8.8. That's my final verdict on that.
So my final verdict, overall, it's a beautiful gun, just like the 9, just like the 8.1, just like the 8. I like the finish on it. I like how it works. ASA goes in beautifully. Big pro for that. I like how it purges, fires consistent for strike. Everything good about it. The small points off, half a point off for the tank stock not coming additional, like included with it, because that's the big upgrade point of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can run an ASA, but you're not getting it.
Yeah, you have to buy it separately.
Yeah.
Not yet, though.
Yeah, they're not available. Don't remember, this is Milsig.
Yeah.
So that's half a point off. It's not a big deal to me, but that is something because, yeah, it's like a big benefit, but it doesn't come with it, right?
Yeah.
So that's one off. And then 0.2 points off just because the nipple there. It's kind of a goofy thing, but it's really not that hard to do. So I think that is it for me, and that would be a 9.3? Yeah, 9.3. If I remember my math correctly. So 9.3.
Okay.
All right, so I think that about does it.
Yep. Stay tuned for the field test. Again, we'll be doing first strike and paintball because this marker uses both
Yes.
normal paint and first strike. Cannot stress that enough.
Yes. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot. Keep subscribing, and
we'll try to make this field test a little more legit.
thanks a lot, guys.
See you later.